Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at these VMstr Vacuum Travel Storage Bag 15 pack. So this is provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So this talks about how to use it, pack the bag, seal it up, run the vacuum, and then seal the port. And they have a little graphic here, it shows before and after. This is to help remove a lot of the bulk with your clothing when you pack. Now obviously the weight is going to be the same, but the volume will be lessened. Let's get this out. Here we have the vacuum. We have the storage bags. Looks like we have a user guide and a manual. So the user guide looks like it has pretty much what's on the box. So it has a USB powered pump. It shows different things you can power it with. It has a phone, power bank, adapter, or laptop. Looks like it has USB-A and USB Type-C. So it has different notes here. Here we have some specs. USB requirements is 5 volts at 2 amps. They show sealing up some 3D printing filament with this. So let's take a look at the pump. So it's rubberized here. We have the adapter, so I'll split this apart. We see the USB-A. Let me pull this open. The length of this is around 4 foot. So let's get a bag out. So this has 3 different size bags. So this looks like probably a small. So the size of the bags are, for small, it's 15.8 by 15.8, medium is 15.8 by 19.7, and large is 15.8 by 23.6. So here we have a bag. Let me get something to put in this. I have a towel. I'll place this inside. Okay, so I have the towel in there. I'll seal it up. It has a double seal. I'll pull the cap off here. Now before I use the vacuum seal, I'm just going to press down on this. Let some air out. That'll be less to do with the pump. So here I have a USB charger. So I'll connect this up to the valve. So this is threaded here for the cap, but this just fits on with the rubberized friction fit. I'll plug into power. I'll press the button. And this is currently drawing 1.32, 1.45 amps. It's jumping around a little bit. So it's sucking the air out. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Put the cap back on, and now we've compacted this towel. I just found in here there is a bag here. It looks like it has sliders for helping seal it. Let me get another bag out. Let me get some filament so I can put the 3D printing filament in here. I have a desiccant pouch. Place that in. Try clipping this on. Bag is sealed. Pull the cap off. Place the vacuum on there and I'll press the button. Okay, that drew a nice vacuum down. You can see it pulled the plastic in here. Now I do have a clip on here. That's probably not a good idea because that could break through there. Otherwise it sucked it down very tight. Pull out some of these larger bags just to check them out. So here I have the 3 bag sizes sitting on top of each other so you can see the difference, and there's 5 of each size. I'm going to go grab some t-shirts to put in here so we can test it with actual clothes. Okay, so I have 5 t-shirts here. I'll place them in the bag. I have it zip closed. Pull the lid off. This time I'm going to use a portable power bank to power it. Okay, that's vacuum sealed now. It has flattened it. Now if you have cotton clothes, you may need to iron them afterwards. So that's something you might want to keep in mind. So the idea behind these is that you can vacuum seal these, place them in your travel bag. They're going to take up less room. When you get to your destination, you can open them up. So we can open those here. We'll let the air back in. You can take your clothes out. And then you can pack this in your travel bag. And when you pack up at your hotel, you can pull the vacuum down again. So this is very small, so you don't have to carry a large vacuum cleaner or vacuum pump with you. You can just use this small vacuum pump. So that's why these are travel vacuum bags and not just regular vacuum bags, is that you can use this small pump that you carry with you to pull a vacuum on them. Of course, these can be reused. So we'll seal that back up. We can pull a vacuum on it again. So those are the VMstr vacuum travel storage bags. If you have a lot of bulky gear and you're having trouble fitting them into your luggage, this can be a great option. This would work really well for things like winter gear where you have a lot of loft to it. Those would compact down a lot. So if you had like a winter coat and put it in here, you could really flatten that. As such, when you get to your destination, you'd probably want to get it out of the bag right away and hang it up so it can re-fluff up before you wear it. Of course, this can also be used for in-home storage. If you have things you're not going to wear for a long time, you can vacuum store them and then it will take up less room in a closet. And you can use it for things like 3D printing filament to keep air out so it stays dry. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.